Tuning back in. I wanted to follow up on an idea that I had mentioned earlier about gifting radios to people, because in the back of my head I heard this nagging concern that I'm sure somebody has out there that says, wait a minute, are you going to give these radios to people that are not licensed for GMRS or for ham radio? Yes, I am. And I'll tell you why. First, in the event of a life-threatening emergency, having something like that could make the difference between life and death. We've seen it in the last few months in this area, and license or not, they're going to need to use it if they have to use it. And so there's that. Second, I'm going to give them a sheet of information, one, with the channels I've pre-programmed for them, and two, on the flip side, a cheat sheet with some of the typical functions of the radio, things like scanning, how to punch in a frequency manually, how to get to the weather band, things like that. But I'm also going to make a note on there about what is required as far as licensing for transmission on GMRS as well as amateur bands. And you know what? I'm probably going to make the note that in the event of a life-threatening emergency, you can make use of it regardless. That is the way the FCC rules have been stated. Life-threatening emergency can be used any frequency, any equipment, licensed or not. And so that's going to be going with these. I really think it's important that people have the tools to communicate in emergency situations, and I don't think the restriction of licensing should stand in the way of them having the radio. And I've got to tell you, it might just be the gateway to, you know what, why don't I look into this licensing? Why don't I look into practicing with this? And I'm also going to include on there the offer to help pay for the licensing and potentially even the study courses and things like that. So I have thought about that. I've thought long and hard. I went back and forth as to which radio and how I'm going to do this, and I've made my decision as to how I'm going to do it. And who knows, it might bring a few more people into the licensing structure and to learning more and to getting their GMRS license, their amateur radio license. It may not. It may just sit in the corner as a just-in-case tool, and if it does, okay, so it is. But anyway, that's what I think about it. If you've got comments on it, feel free to let me know. Let me have it if I'm just playing with fire and letting people just run the reckless abandon over the rules from the FCC. Let me know about it. But I appreciate also a like and a subscribe, and share this with folks that you think might be interested. I also want to mention and thank Ham Radio Prep. They have some good courses for learning what you need for your novice test, for your general test, and for your extra test. So you might want to, I called it novice, it used to be novice, technician test, I'm sorry, general, and then the extra test. And they also have a course on HF, shortwave. They also have a course on the Baofengs and an emergency communications course. So they've got a lot of neat courses. We've got a 10% discount coupon for you that if you use the code RADIOCOMS, RADIOCOMMS, you can get 10% off at checkout. We get a little bit of a commission from that as well. I thank you very much if you make use of that. But in any case, I hope you all have a good evening and take care. Thanks.